This is such an important one, so I just had to include it. And it's probably the most important lesson I learned on my weight loss journey. Did you know that a whopping 90% of people experience food cravings and struggle with them daily? Yep, you heard that right, 90%. Have you ever felt like a failure or maybe even shameful that you keep giving into your cravings? Well, what if I told you that it's not your fault? Here's the thing. Most foods that didn't have sugar in them before now do, like condiments and bread. We no longer even have tolerance for foods that aren't sweet. When I looked at the first ingredient in a bottle of ketchup in my fridge, guess what the first ingredient was? Sugar. What about tomatoes? Should they be first? Here's what most people don't know. Some companies actually go through great lengths to make convenient products that last longer on the shelf and that we become addicted to, no matter the detriment to our health. These foods are called hyperpalatable foods or ultra-processed foods, and they're why you just keep going back for more and can't control those food cravings. Food cravings can be a real challenge, from weight gain to unhealthy eating habits and even mood swings. These cravings can really throw us off balance. Now, let's dive into the topic of food cravings and the impact they can have on our daily lives. Have you ever even wondered what causes your intense cravings? Well, before I get into that, I want you to know that your food cravings, they're entirely normal, and you don't need to feel guilty for experiencing them. Okay, so let's dive into why your food cravings happen and what you can do to stop them. Understanding the root causes is crucial in finding a way to conquer them. So before I get into that, if you need more help to stop overeating and giving into those cravings, I want to invite you to my free masterclass, End Unhealthy Eating Without Deprivation. In this free for a limited time masterclass, you'll learn how to stop overeating and still enjoy your favorite foods. There's a link in the description below to join. All right, so the first thing is hormonal imbalances. Not getting enough sleep may create hormonal imbalances, throwing your hormones out of whack. You need to make sure that you're getting enough sleep because lack of sleep can increase intense cravings and make it harder to resist unhealthy foods. So make sure you're getting enough sleep each night to help to manage those cravings. This is such an important one, y'all, and one that many of us neglect, especially during busy or stressful times when that's exactly when we need it the most. Not getting enough sleep may actually damage your immune system and shrink the memory center in your brain. Adequate amount of sleep, at least 7 hours, is what you should be striving to get every single night. Getting more sleep will also help you to make better healthy eating decisions. Finding yourself constantly grazing throughout the day? Well, lack of sleep and overeating are more closely intertwined than you may think. That's because when you don't get enough sleep, your hormones get completely out of whack. Also, if you're actively trying to lose weight, sleep is a key part of losing weight and losing fat, because losing fat has to do with how well your hormones are functioning. When you're sleeping, your body is hard at work, releasing powerful fat-burning hormones that speed up weight loss and help you to lose or maintain your weight. When you don't get enough sleep, your body produces less leptin, the appetite-suppressing hormone that sends a signal to your brain when you're full. And it produces more ghrelin, which is the appetite-stimulating hormone. If you've ever been able to stop eating everything in sight when you don't get enough sleep, then you've experienced this hormonal imbalance at work. For me, I can't stop eating fries when I lack sleep. Give me all the carbs. So sleep also gives you more control over your brain. How? Well, brain imaging scans from UC Berkeley show that sleep deprivation caused increased brain activity in the amygdala, an area of your brain that's associated with motivation to eat. The amygdala is the survival-based and reactive part of your brain. Some studies also show that a correlation between a lack of sleep and reduced activity in the prefrontal cortex part of the brain that's responsible for decision-making and self-control, which means that your ability to make healthy decisions is severely reduced when you lack sleep. So do yourself a favor, my friends, and get more sleep so that making those healthy decisions is easier and less of a struggle. Okay, so the next reason why you keep giving into those cravings is emotional triggers. Did you know that people who eat ultra-processed foods have 80% more mental health days? Managing stress and overwhelm is super important because it can be a major trigger for emotional eating, stress eating, and giving into those food cravings again and again. To end struggles with overeating, you'll want to feed your hunger for stress relief and add smart, doable ways to manage or reduce your stress. When you're stressed, there are actually vital nutrients that get depleted in your body that actually help you to cope with stress. Those nutrients are vitamin C, iron, B vitamins, and magnesium. Finding healthy ways to deal with negative emotions is an important first step for people who struggle with emotional eating or stress eating. First, try to identify your triggers. And a food diary can be really helpful with this because that helps to identify the foods and situations that trigger your cravings. So note what you ate and what situation or event preceded you turning to that food to soothe. Once you know what your triggers are, you can start to develop strategies to avoid or managing them. Journaling is also another great way to work through your emotions. It's a great way to sort through all of those many thoughts in your head by getting them out of your head and onto paper. Maybe part of your wind-down routine at the end of the day could be to think of 3 things that really went well that day or 3 things that you're grateful for and how that made you feel and journal about it. I get it. As someone who lost 30 pounds and who turned to food to soothe my emotions, it can be hard to switch from turning to food to soothe to other forms of stress relief. So just start somewhere and test out a bunch of different strategies like journaling, maybe going for a walk in nature, watching something funny online, and just see what works for you. All right, nutritional deficiencies. A lack of nourishment or nutrition deficiencies may cause you to feel out of control around food. Food is fuel for your body. Food nourishes our body so that we're able to function and perform at our best and keep up with the many demands of life. Our bodies can also tell us when it's lacking in nourishment, but most of us, we don't pause or sit still with ourselves long enough to understand what your body is trying to tell you. Also, there are certain cues that may point to certain nutrient deficiencies that you might have. Craving salty snacks? Well, cortisol, the stress hormone, has a diuretic effect on our bodies, which makes us feel dehydrated, which can lead to salt cravings. Craving sweets? Again, this craving can be traced back to cortisol. When we're stressed out, we have a high level of cortisol in our body and we crave sugar because if we eat some sugar, we'll actually get another hormone called serotonin, which is calming and relaxing. So you really want to start focusing on foods that are rich in vitamins. So rich in vitamin C, like citrus fruits and berries, iron-rich foods like leafy greens and lentils and pumpkin seeds, B vitamin-rich foods like sweet potatoes and avocados, and magnesium-rich foods like bananas, nuts, seeds, and even dark chocolate. All right, so I'm feeling generous today, so I'm gonna throw in a bonus tip for you. This is such an important one, so I just had to include it. And it's probably the most important lesson I learned on my weight loss journey. Not eating enough fiber or protein. Protein and fiber are responsible for making you feel full and satisfied after a meal and helping you to keep or stick to your health goals. Without these 2 elements in balance or in play, we're more likely to succumb to temptation and food cravings. If you don't have these foods in your diet, your blood sugar is more prone to changes, meaning that when you're around food, you can feel hungry more often. This can make it difficult to determine when you're actually full. A lot of people are deficient in fiber, so maybe opt for some fiber-rich snacks such as fresh fruit, raw vegetables with hummus, whole grain crackers with nut butter, or air-popped popcorn. Choosing high-fiber snacks like nuts and seeds may help to prevent energy dips and cravings in between meals. So maybe add the nuts and seeds to yogurt, salads, or even your oatmeal. Flaxseed and chia seeds are also superstars to help to alleviate cravings. So add some ground flax seeds or chia seeds to smoothies, yogurt, oatmeal, or baked goods. Flax seeds and chia seeds are rich in soluble fiber, which can help to stabilize blood sugar levels, suppress cravings, and also help to promote digestive health. In conclusion, addressing food cravings is essential for your overall well-being. By implementing some of the tips we've discussed today, you can make a significant difference in your life and bid farewell to those pesky cravings once and for all. Now, I want to encourage you to give these techniques a try and share your experiences in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more health tips and solutions to lead a happier, healthier life. Together, we can conquer those food cravings and live our best lives. And don't forget, If you need more help to stop overeating and giving into those cravings, I want to invite you to my free masterclass, End Unhealthy Eating Without Deprivation. In this free, for a limited time masterclass, you'll learn how to stop overeating and still enjoy your favorite foods. There's a link in the description below to join. See you in the next video.